What is up, everybody? Welcome to Sports Shack. My name is Brandon Jordan Natali, along with a great buddy of mine, Dennis Tui, aka the D Train.
Yep, that's me.
How you doing today? I know
Yeah,
busy. busy.
I'm
I know.
something.
I know. Hey, I, I got you, but I give you credit for the words of Elton John. You know how they say, "I'm still standing, you are still standing." So I give you credit.
Yeah, it's one of those days, people.
It's just one of those days. What is
Yeah, I'm
uh,
just
Limp Bizkit?
these couple of days, man. It's been something.
No, yeah, it's been a lot. I know this whole month of June has been something not to get not getting political with the show, but I know there's been a lot going on in the world. So this whole month has just been a lot, just like these last couple of days.
Yeah,
We here, that hopefully we get the viewers off that, and we just talk everything about sports. That's why we're here. That's why if you guys are here coming to Sports Shack, we're here to serve you the best sports takes that we got, whether they're hot or whether they're cold or whether they're medium well or medium rare, or whether they're just mild. That is hopefully you come to Sports Shack to take your mind off the world and just eat up the best sports takes we can give you. Um, and I like where I went there. That was pretty good. Oh,
yeah,
that was good. That was good. Um, but yeah, just a lot going on in the sports world as well. Now the only sport that's left is baseball, and obviously we got training camp that comes up in a couple weeks. But obviously we gotta wait. We're not even past the 4th of July. We're not even past my birthday, which is gonna
tomorrow, right?
yeah,
Two
tomorrow.
days. Is it
Tomorrow,
28th? Oh,
27th.
okay. Happy birthday! Happy
Thanks.
birthday, buddy! Happy birthday, buddy! Happy birthday, dear buddy! Happy birthday, buddy!
Thank you, Detroit. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you got 25 minutes until 25. Oh,
Oh,
Brandon.
wow. I did not mean for that. That I did not mean.
Wow, look at that. You got any birthday plans?
I know I'm going to Miller's with my family.
Oh,
I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow night, but if there are plans, or would you be free, or do you got plans already?
I am absolutely free tomorrow night and Saturday.
Okay. Okay. Um, I'll see what I'm doing, but I would love to have you with me, of course, for my birthday. Love to have.
100%.
So I will get back to you on that. I will let you know. I will keep
Please
you
do.
posted. I know I'm not going to. Let's say I'm not going to Brooklyn. I know someone had a grad party that I know they set it up late, but I guess they forgot that it was Friday was my birthday, which I don't care. I'm not making a big deal out of it. But I mean, if you wanted me to come, you know, I don't think I want to come on my birthday. It's like, I don't know. Especially if it's like late. Like I feel like if you have a grad party, I feel like you got to plan it like in advance. Or just any event. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But no, either way, I will be local. I won't be in Brooklyn. And yeah, I will let you know. But those are the plans so far. Um, and yeah, hopefully I'm off from work. I took off. I'm not a fan of really working when it's your birthday. I mean, I work during the day. Like if I have to work during the day, I don't mind that.
Mhm.
But in terms of like the afternoon, I said no. I had the comp time. Let me just use it. And yeah, so those are the
Yeah.
plans so far.
I was just talking about this with a coworker of mine because they made the schedule. My birthday's July 15th.
Yes.
They're making the schedule for that week today. It's going to be out tomorrow. And one of my bosses, she was like, "Are you taking off for your birthday?" I was like, "No." She's like, "Why not?" And I was like, "What am I going to do?" If the Yankees or Mets were playing a home game, I probably like we went to the Dodgers and Mets a couple years ago. I probably would have taken off so we could go to the game and like make a day out of it. But like I don't care. Not anymore.
All right.
It's just another day, as the band Madness would say.
It's
It's
another day.
just another day.
Just one of those days. And I got that song stuck in my head. It's all about
Okay.
it's all about the he said, she said bullshit.
Whoa, buddy working blue tonight. Okay. No.
Yeah,
So what? We want to start with the NBA Finals?
might as well. The Oklahoma City Thunder are your 2024 to 2025 NBA Finals champions. Congratulations to them. Is Oklahoma City's first championship since moving to Oklahoma City. From Seattle to Oklahoma City back in the 07-08 period. I believe that
You
was.
got it.
Why did Seattle move? Do you know why?
Really not good ownership. They wanted to move. I don't know why. It's one of those things that's like it's very murky. So, yeah,
Okay.
I don't know. It's very convoluted because I remember I looked into it once and I was like kind of confused. I was like, this doesn't seem to make sense because Oklahoma City is not a bigger market than Seattle,
Right.
but they did anyway, and I don't know why. Oh well, that's life. Life is life. Congratulations. So now let me ask you something because people are split on this. Do you count championships before we actually? We'll talk stupid and then we'll talk the actual players. Do you count championships from other cities? So let me rephrase.
That's a good question. It's a really good
Do
question.
you count the Seattle championship as a Oklahoma City Thunder championship? I say no. I say your city is where the championship resides. I don't count the Minneapolis Laker championships. If the Yankees move to Tampa Bay, they don't have 27 rings. Like it's a clean slate. It's the city. It's not the franchise, in my opinion. It's the city has precedence over it. Because ownership changes hands all the time. But it's the city, it's the market, it's the fans. And a lot of Seattle Supersonic fans did not follow the team to Oklahoma City. They didn't. It was very unpopular because the Supersonics were always a very good team.
I guess they just lost the market, I guess.
I don't know. It's bizarre. It's one of those things that like you can look it up, but I don't think you'll find like a concise answer to give. It's like a separate thing. It's like a deep dive kind of a thing. I don't know. Maybe for a slow news week. But like like there's exceptions to my rule. Like the Miami Marlins, I think could take credit for the Florida Marlins. It's the same state. It's the same fan base. It's the same market. I count it. If the Mets move to Albany, I would count it. You're the New York Mets. It's the city and a state. Yeah. Or I guess if it is the same market, like if a team was in Maine and then moved to Connecticut, it's like close enough. Same region, same spot. Right.
I think it's I think you still count it. I mean, you look at the Brooklyn Dodgers.
No, I don't count that as Dodger championships. Los Angeles Dodger championships, absolutely not.
Yeah. I mean, it's part of the franchise.
No, it's not. It's a separate thing.
So when the Cleveland Browns moved to Baltimore, that erased their history, basically.
Yeah.
New history, new team.
And then when they came back, it started again. It's the fandom. It's putting basically I'm putting the fans. I'm prioritizing the fans above the franchise and above ownership. The fans are what determines your championship. They got the glory. I'm trying to think of a way to relate it to something that's not sports. I can't. Because a lot of times we get very territorial about sports, so it's easy to compare sports to countries, but this is a weird thing that
maybe it's like when you move a new house. Like you're
I don't know.
You're in the same like Like say like you move from like Seaford to like Massapequa.
Mm-hmm.
Same county. Or actually no, say you move from like Massapequa to like Manorville or Holbrook. Still Long Island, still New York, but just different counties. It's still New York, you know?
No, totally different. Totally different.
It's I don't know. So like you're telling me because I feel like in the media, I feel like that's all they keep relating it to. It's that this is their first championship since like the Sonics did it back in or no, I don't think that's how they're phrasing it. All they're saying is this is the first championship since moving to Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a new championship for Oklahoma City.
Yeah. So to me, it's a new beginning.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I don't.
Listen, if the Kings made the finals, is somebody going to say this is the first time the Kings made the finals since they were the Rochester Royals? No.
Is that what
Again, it's presiding the fandom over everything else. I got an email.
Ooh. Check that.
I'm curious what it says. This doesn't apply to me. Okay. Those mass email chains. So you think that it does count? You count the Seattle championship. You can't count the Brooklyn Dodger championship and then not count
it's
the
still
Seattle championship.
It's still part of the franchise. It's not like they like completely like disbanded, they bankrupted. That's my argument for it. Like where do those championships go? It's like, what if they say they didn't count, not to bring Star Wars into this? What if they said they didn't they decanonized the sequel trilogy? But it's so like what do you do with it then? It was just a waste of money, time, work. Like
they did do this. When Disney bought Star Wars, they completely crossed off the expanded universe. All the books, all the comics and everything like that, they're like, that's not real. That didn't happen. So you had 40 years of continuity that they just wiped clean. So for me, what I'm saying is when you leave the city, that becomes dormant. That fandom becomes dormant. If a team went back to Seattle and won, then I wouldn't be like, this is the second Supersonics championship. It's the second NBA Seattle championship.
Second NBA Seattle. Okay. Yeah.
Now, if they started coming back and calling themselves the Supersonics, then yeah, I would consider. I would sever the Oklahoma City Thunder tie, and it'll be.
I definitely because like with the Cleveland Browns now, they're now called. It's the new Cleveland Browns. Nobody refers to them to the Baltimore because the Baltimore Ravens, like no one refers to the Cleveland Browns when they move to Baltimore. That's now the Cleveland Browns are now the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay,
they're now referred to as the new Cleveland Browns. You know what I'm saying? So I see.
Let me ask you this: who's the best quarterback in the history of the Cleveland Browns?
Like in total of like Ravens and Browns.
See, you're about to prove my point. It's Otto Graham. Nobody's going to dispute that.
Wow, Otto Graham, that's crazy. Or Bernie. You can't say Bernie Kosar.
No, Otto Graham was way better. Come on, get serious. It is fascinating. This is the kind of stuff I love about sports. Is the culture around it.
No, I agree.
So,
sorry, I definitely see your point.
I think there's a point where the continuity resets.
This is Oklahoma.
Like, I think that the Browns are an interesting case that you keep bringing up because I think that they're one of those teams that's been restored in my mind, in my continuity. They're a restored franchise. Same name, same city, same fans. When they came back, it was the same fans. I put the fans at the forefront.
Same fans, but different franchise.
No. I guess so.
It's
restoring the franchise.
It is. That's where I'm getting at with my other point in a way, because they're restoring this.
Dumb
This is
conversation.
crazy.
I love
What?
how dumb this conversation is.
No, it's not.
It's not dumb. It's interesting. It's just weird.
This is the point. This right now. This is a hot plate of a starter.
It is nachos,
Starter
chicken
for the
nachos or beef.
No, I would say wings.
Chicken
These
nachos.
are some hot wings right now. These are some
Chicken nachos guy, especially if
these
they're
are
from
hot wings
Chili's.
right now. This is a hot wings type of take. No, because like I said, let me reiterate it again. Like I said, the Cleveland Browns throughout all their history, the autogram Cleveland Browns, everybody, they won the championships before the Super Bowl was around.
Mm-hmm.
They moved to Baltimore because they couldn't come up with an agreement for a new stadium. Art Modell did not want to play in that stadium that they were playing in at the time. So he said, screw it. He literally said F you to the state of Ohio, the state of Cleveland, the city of Cleveland. And he was like, all right, I'm moving them to Baltimore. And they are now, obviously, yes, the Baltimore Ravens. That is the same franchise now. But then, obviously, when they were disbanded for like 3 or 4 years, then they restored again, like they were born again, the second Cleveland Browns. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a new franchise in a way. I mean, it's restored too, but like, I don't think that is the same. I feel like now I'm proving your point.
Kind of are.
I kind of am just proving your point.
The Browns are a weird case because they're a restored franchise. I can't recall that happening. We're from 50s on, because before that, teams were folding and coming back all the freaking time because of money problems. You see this all the time in young leagues, whatever. But we don't see too many teams get restored. Famously, recently, there was a restoration. The Winnipeg Jets. They were the Atlanta Thrashers up until 10 years ago. But before that, they were the Thrashers. Before that, they were the Winnipeg Jets. So because it was the same franchise, that's just easy. That's just the same continuity, whatever. But if the Atlanta Thrashers came back, I would say it splits. The continuity should split. Because you're presiding, again, you're putting the fans at the front. Not the franchise, the fans, the city.
I wonder why Oklahoma City though was a mark. Like the NBA looked at that and be like, we want an NBA team.
Look it up. It's because they were using Oklahoma City after Katrina.
Oh,
that's why.
The Hornets?
Did the Seattle Supersonics, as they used to say, public funding? That's why.
What was that? So for what?
They moved from Seattle to Oklahoma City because they couldn't get public funding. But the lease was going to run out in 2010, so they left early. They reneged on their lease. That's why fans are so pissed about it. Because they didn't put a good faith effort in to actually get a deal done. Is the argument. I'd be mad. It's fascinating. It is interesting. If one of my teams left, would I still support them after they're no longer in my market, or would I pick a new one? As a Suns fan living on Long Island, probably just stick with my teams. I'm loyal. To the cold, bitter end, I'm loyal. What did I do? Okay, we got this.
What did you do?
I was like, wait a minute. Did I actually share my link? I did, and people still aren't watching. It's horrible. That's okay. Anyway, that's enough of sports market talk, unless, of course, you want to continue it.
No. But obviously, we
got to talk about the players.
There's a lot to talk about Game 7. Everybody was hyping up Game 7, but I feel like after Tyrese Halliburton got injured, I feel like that was really it.
Listen,
disappointing.
Continue.
No, you're good.
Going into Game 7, it was a survivor Vanuatu. Leaving Game 7, it was South Pacific. Brother, that's a big downgrade. That's a big downgrade. You know? Like, that's... I mean, come on. He was 3 for 4 from 3 to start the game. 7 minutes of game time. He had 9 points. He looked on fire. Couldn't contain him. Then he was wounded, injured, maimed in the thrills of battle. Tragic.
Mm.
There you have it. He was hurt, and from that point forward, even though the Pacers did lead at the half, you know it was only a matter of time. At no point were the Pacers favored to win the game. But TJ McConnell and Benedict Mathurin, what a valiant effort the two of them put up. To the cold, bitter end. Benedict Mathurin and TJ McConnell, the M&M boys, tried to get something going, and it just... They couldn't do it. SGA, pretty bad. If you look at the numbers, he was pretty bad. They still win. He still gets his 26 points, right? 26. I'm just going off the top of my head here.
Right.
And that'd be pretty good if I remember that a week later. Scores. Help me out. Bucks score. 29 points. But on 8 for 27 shooting from the field, that's not good. 2 for 12 from 3, 11 for 12 from the free throw line, 12 assists, 2 blocks, 5 personal fouls. One thing that stood out to me, and it stood out to everybody else and their mother who watched the game, if Trae Young, notoriously horrible defender Trae Young, was allowed to play defense the way the Thunder are allowed to play defense, he would look like an all-defensive player too. What they let Alex Caruso and Lou Dort get away with is honestly astounding. I mean, there's still going around social media and the video clip going around social media of, I think it was Lou Dort, literally wrist locking TJ McConnell in front of the referee. TJ McConnell looking over at the referee like, are you effing serious? During the play and it not getting called.
Right.
So it's kind of funny to hear the talking heads talking about all the turnovers. You good? Okay. So TJ McConnell was literally being wrist locked at one point like this. The old gotcha.
Okay, now I know what that is.
The old cops and robbers. And dude, like, they weren't calling it. Alex Caruso, just about every single play, Alex Caruso is hacking somebody. And immediately, the second he gets called, he's like, what? That's a foul? And there's like a guy like writhing in pain, bleeding out on the court. It's like, me? I like Alex Caruso, but I don't like that. Come on, man. I hate players that do that. The whole like, I elbowed him in the face? I did that? I did that? No. Say it ain't so. It's, yeah. I was mad. I was super mad. Especially if you know I put $10 down during the Cavaliers series for the Pacers to win the championship. Damn.
Yeah, I feel like the game would have definitely been more competitive have Tyrese Halliburton knock tear his Achilles. Third superstar tear his Achilles.
Third, we're in number 0. Damian Lillard and Jason Tatum. All 3 of them were number 0. All 3 of them tore their Achilles this playoff.
That's weird.
All 3 of them from the Eastern Conference. Jeez. All 3 of them, Team USA alum.
I mean, how do you tell him, though, he can't play, though? You know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I was disagreed. I had my college radio show, and I disagreed with my co-host, Josh Gable. Shout out our guy. Just got married, newlywed.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I can't. We got to talk about that after.
And, yeah. He was disagreeing with me. He's like, I don't know if you should have played. You don't want to risk it. And then it says, like, what are you saving it for? And he actually came around. I was like, they haven't been to the finals in 25 years. Before that, 0. They never played in the NBA finals. They played in the ABA finals. They were actually a bit of a super team in the ABA with George McGinnis and the boys. But in the NBA, This was only their second finals appearance. It's not guaranteed you're going to be back. So game 7, what are you saving it for? If it's the first round, I get it. If it's the second round, I get it. If it's the conference finals, I get it. NBA finals, you get through this game. You give me 38 minutes. You have the whole summer off to, R&R. So I get it. It had to be done. And I think if you asked Tyrese Halliburton, he would say it in a heartbeat. Yeah, I would have played 100 times out of 100.
Right.
It was a weird fluke thing. It happens. I'm sure what they were planning on doing was using him sparingly. But he only played 7 minutes, so it's such a small sample size that we don't know. Maybe the plan was to bench him the whole second quarter. Maybe the plan was to bench him with 5 minutes to go in the second quarter, so he has 30 minutes off. We don't know what the plan was. In fact, I'm kind of curious to hear it. But as far as I know, nobody asked Rick Carlisle what the original plan was, and it's one of those things, man. This happens. It's sad, but it happens. And one thing that pisses me off, I saw a lot of people saying like, "Oh, injuries are a part of the game. It happens." I don't think there should be an asterisk or anything like that. Game 7 of the NBA Finals, like I said, not round 1, not round 2, not round 3, not the stupid little, playing game. Legitimately, the last game of the NBA season, not regular season, the entire season, the bookend to the season, and the guy gets hurt. Yeah, that means something. That's not like a game 1. Like who knows how the series would have panned out. Game 7. For all the marbles, SGA almost fouled out. Dude, that's close. That's close. That's close. That's close. That's close. Not so close that they could taste it. That would have been like leading in the fourth quarter at some point, and they weren't. They got blown out in the third, and that was it.
Yeah.
Not so close they could taste it, but kind of like when you maybe you take a nap or whatever, you wake up, the wafting scent of your mom baking fresh brownies. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. So you can't taste it, but you can smell it. And you're told, no, brownies for you. We're taking this to, your Aunt Becky's house or whatever. Big full house guy. And, just, dang, that sucks. What a performance by SGA, the first player to get a scoring title, an MVP, and a finals MVP, and a ring on his finger since 2000 when our guy Shaq got it. Shaquille O'Neal, the general, the big Shaq Diesel, still, 'cause I am.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? Love Shaq. I say hot.
Great on NBA tonight.
Cracks me up. That Shaquille O'Neal. I know somebody who met him said he was one of the nicest people I ever met. This person's just like security for a lot of celebrities. Like Shaq, great guy. So I'm happy to hear that.
That's very good to hear.
The big Shakaroni. But yeah, man. And aside from that, the rest of the series was so fun to watch. That's what I'm mad about. Like, come on, stick the landing. That's what I said. It went from being a Survivor fan of Watu to a Survivor South Pacific. 5 people are going to get that. But you know what? Those people are like, Dennis, that's a great way of explaining it. That's incredible. That might be the best sports take ever. I know. It's what I'm here for. It's like if we're relating this to food, like we've tried to do on Sports Shack, it's like the menu item that nobody gets, but the people who get it are like, dude, yes. The loaded boneless wings from Chili's, that's what I'm giving you right now. Yeah. They don't make that anymore. I'm mad about that. When I found that out, I cried.
You were getting me hungry.
I sobbed. I was a mess. Mascara running down my face. The waiter and waitress like, hey, man, is your friend okay? And my buddy's like, no, he's not.
I'm officially 25. Well, at 9 o'clock tonight, Well, tomorrow night I'm officially not. I'll be 25.
Wow, a night baby. Night Brendan Natali.
I was a night baby.
Dr. Midnight. Dr. Night. Brandon Natali.
I just had to put that out there quick. Happy birthday to me,
Happy birthday to you. The night baby.
D-Train. I'm glad you're the first person to tell me that.
Really? Oh, thanks.
I do mean
That's
that.
what I'm here for. Does it feel different yet?
Not yet. Maybe in the morning.
It never does for me. It's just another day.
Just another day, but I'm older.
You're older. You gotta start talking like an old man.
Can you dig it?
You gotta start talking like an old man.
But no, congratulations to SGA though. Thunder, Tyrese Halliburton got no, not Tyrese Halliburton. Hartenstein.
Yeah, Farmer Nick. Farmer
Isaiah
Knickerbocker.
got gets a ring. Holcomb, I
Sam
think his name is
Presti.
right.
Chet Holmgren.
He has a good story.
Yeah.
And
Lou Dort, undrafted to NBA champion. Right? 2 Jalen Williams. They have 2 different Jalen Williams on their team. Unrelated. What are the odds of that? 2 guys named Jalen. 2 guys to the last name Williams. 2 guys to go to the NBA. Crazy. That would have been nuts if one of them was in football, one of them was in basketball. Both of them in basketball, both of them on the same team. Wow.
what are the odds of that?
What are the odds of that? How many Jalen Williams are there in the world? There might be a 100% chance of Jalen Williams being in the league.
But did you happen to catch up with the NBA draft?
A little bit. Worked last night. Busy today. You know that. We were talking about that before the show.
Cooper
Before the
Flag
airing.
drafted. That was no shock.
Nobody was really surprised by a lot of it, except the Jazz taking Ace Bailey, who did not want to go to the Jazz and was not thrilled to go there. And you know what they said?
He wanted to go to the Nets, right? Or
I don't know. I heard like 40 different things.
I think the Brooklyn was one of the options. I forgot the other options, but I don't think he worked out on a lot of teams. Yeah, Ace Bailey. Some of these players insane. That I give them credit. In the NFL, they don't really say like, "Hey, we don't want to play for these teams." Except unless you're Shador Sanders, but not Ace Bailey really said he didn't want to play for these teams.
Yeah, who are you? Not for nothing, but that's such an arrogant thing to do. Like, no, I'm not playing there. It's like, who are you? It's the Utah Jazz. Listen, the Utah Jazz is like a great franchise. They're kind of like, huh. That's it. They're the Eagles. Not this Eagles, but historic Eagles of the NBA. They're always good. They're not the best some years. They're not the worst, but they're always watchable. They're always competitive.
I feel like they've definitely had some stars. I feel like Utah is a big sports market we don't know about. I want to go to Utah one day. You got to make a trip to Utah.
Me
want to visit.
too. What are you doing tomorrow? Why don't we go there instead of going out to the bars? We'll go to Utah.
It's a good birthday. I like it. I agree. I was gonna say. But they definitely got a good sports market. I guess people forget about John Stockton, Karl Malone, and I think they have a coach that was there for like almost 20 years.
They did, Jerry Sloan. So he got into it, Darren Williams.
That's why he got fired.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He was just like, I can't take the egos anymore. I'm done. Like, I quit. I'm not dealing with this anymore. Great coach. He passed away a couple years ago.
Did he really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Very good player. Great player. He was on the Bulls. Great player. Shooting guard. He became a great coach. How about that?
Especially I feel like over the past couple of years, like recently, before they got the top 5 pick. I feel like they were competitive with like Donovan Mitchell,
Yeah.
Rudy
Yeah, like
Gobert,
it's like a quick rebuild. Like I don't know why Ace Bailey doesn't want to go to Utah.
Rudy Gobert too. Like
And it's like one of those like, well, I don't want to play in Utah. It's like, okay. So like I get it. It's cold. It probably sucks, but like there's other places that are cold and suck too. There's places that are hot and suck. I don't know. I don't
there was a
know.
player that didn't
Just
want
the
to go to
hubris.
the Raptors. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I know that. And there's a guy that didn't go to Vancouver either, and it killed the Vancouver Grizzlies. The guy killed the franchise. I think it was Steve Francis. He didn't want to go to Vancouver, and he literally killed the franchise. They moved to Memphis.
Wait, what? Vancouver had a team?
Grizzlies. I know you're a football guy. You're a football and baseball guy mostly, but yeah, this was the 90s. Look it up if you think I'm lying to you. Vancouver Grizzlies. Cool logo. It was a bear. Ah.
I wonder if I ever heard of this.
Actually, I did a pretty good impression of it. Look it up. Google it. You'll be like, that is a pretty good impression.
Let me see. I know some history with the team, not a lot. I'm in it, but I mean, but to say that Vancouver had a basketball team, when this is never talked about.
He's holding a basketball.
Oh yeah, Vancouver Grizzlies. Oh, that's what they used to look like.
Yeah, you're like that's a pretty good impression.
That's a pretty good impression.
It is.
They played the NBA from '95 to 2000 before relocating. I don't remember this. I don't know why no one talks about this.
They had some decent players, right? Sharif Abdur-Rahim was on there, right? I know that big country, Brian Reeves, Greg Anthony.
Says they're one of 2 Canadian expansion teams in the NBA.
Take a guess the other one was.
Raptors.
Yeah.
They played the home games at General Motors Place, now Rodgers Arena. Despite the presence in Vancouver, the team struggled, posting 101, 390, 359. They also struggled to attract star players and free agents. Grizzlies relocated to Memphis in 2001. I can't believe that. This is crazy, though.
Yeah.
But
you never heard about this?
No.
Really? I'm surprised. Mike Bibby was in Vancouver. Yeah, I was right. Sharif Abdur-Rahim, Mike Bibby.
Mike Bibby? Really? Oh, I know Mike Bibby. I love Mike Bibby. I loved him when he was on the Heat.
Doug West, Bibby. I know. Felipe Lopez. They made a 30 for 30 about Felipe Lopez. New Yorker. Big time New Yorker. Byron Scott. Gerald Wilkins. Greg Anthony. Kenny Gaddison. I know him. Gerald Wilkins, I know.
He was good, Mike Bibby. Mike Bibby was
still playing at that point.
Decent player.
They had a Rodney Denton and Antonio Harvey. They had a quarter of 2 quarters of Two-Face. They just had to put them together, and they would have had a full Two-Face.
I feel like Mike Bibby was a good player.
They had a Blue Edwards and a Doug Edwards. Not a Green Edwards. That sucks. Lawrence Moten, I'm not familiar with him, but a Syracuse guy. How about that? New Yorker. Roy Rodgers. Hey, they make good chicken too. No, I'm kidding. Not kidding about the chicken being good. Roy Rodgers chicken is delicious. We know that. You see a Roy Rodgers as the rest stop, guys, pull over immediately. Forget it. You're not hungry, you'll be hungry at some point. Pull over, do yourself a favor, go to the Fixins bar, get yourself a little mac and cheese, brother. Back on the road. That's the best part of a road trip. You run to an errand Roy Rodgers. Oh, yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Get some fries and the biscuits. Oh.
But terms of playing for Vancouver, though.
Yeah, I'd play for Vancouver. It's pretty. They filmed Psych in Vancouver. It's nice. Good scenery.
But anyways, I feel like we've covered enough with the NBA.
My Suns did a good draft. Hot dog. Kevin Durant got traded.
Yes, that was a big trade. Going to the Houston
Whoop.
Rockets. If the Knicks were interested, I feel like it definitely would have been a Knick. But I feel like I don't think the Knicks really had the same interest.
No, they didn't. Why would they have done that?
It was the Houston. I feel like Durant's been. I saw the other day on social media he's having the Shaq career.
If I'm the Knicks, I'm not trading for any superstar players. You're a Dennis Schroeder and a Torrey Craig away. You just need a little extra stuff on the bench. And to actually use those bench pieces, just give me somebody who can run the offense because Deuce McBride can't. We know that. That's obvious. That's obvious. When Jalen Brunson's not on the court, they don't know who's running the offense. That's clear. A lot of standing around, twiddling their thumbs, and playing tiddlywinks on the Knicks.
Still waiting for the head coach, though.
Yeah. Should get on that. I still don't get it. I understood firing Tom Thibodeau. I don't understand why they fired him when they fired him, and they haven't gotten anybody yet. Get Taylor Jenkins. Whatever Taylor Jenkins wants, the guy who's on the Memphis Grizzlies, get him. Whatever he wants. Give him a blank check. I mean, come on. What are we doing here? Oh, but he wasn't a washout from the 1990s Knicks. Oh, we can't have him. Bruh. At this point, promote Jalen Brunson's dad to be the head coach. Yeah, promote Ricky. What does he got? Anyway, I'm happy with my Phoenix Suns draft. I'm excited. So, you went to Fanatics Fest. Talk to me.
I did.
Unless, of course, you have anything else you want to talk about.
It was great. I met a lot of people. I ended up finding a way to go backstage.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. You snuck in.
And
we don't have Sports Shack business cards. That would have been
cool. Maybe in the future if I promote the site more.
Yeah, that's a good idea, but those are expensive.
But it was really cool. So these two people from social media, they stopped me and said, "Do you like Mike Piazza?" I'm like, "Yeah." They're like, "Would you want to meet him?" I'm like my face was all in shock. I was like, "Yeah, I want to meet him." So I gave them my information, and they actually did call me back and say, meet somewhere. Meet at this truck that was like actually by the autograph center. And they were bringing us. Brought us backstage. Nice woman. She was cool to talk to. I connected with her on LinkedIn because if I want to do some stuff on Fanatics with them in the future, and that's where I saw the athletes started signing like memorabilia. Like there was Mike Piazza. Like I ended up seeing Piazza. I didn't have time to talk to him. He actually was too busy. And then what was I gonna say? But I saw him at Lundqvist. I met him. I told him, I said, "Hey, like, hope you're in good health." He said, "Thank you, I appreciate it." That was pretty cool. Like people keep forgetting, like that's like to Ranger fans, that's like their Derek Jeter. Lundqvist.
Yeah.
But it was cool to talk to him, and especially since I watched a documentary on him too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I met Odell like 8 times. Odell was pretty cool.
What?
Because my friend Chris Lafia, he got an autograph from him, and I met him on the autograph line. And then he was coming through backstage, like he was walking around, OBJ. And so I kept like dabbing him up and was saying, and then one time my friend Chris was like, "It's like you again." He's like, "Yeah." He kept like, he like noticed we were there at the same spot. Like, he remembered like passing by us.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah. And then what else? I dabbed up Joey Burrow, CeeDee Lamb. Billy Wagner was in front of me. I saw Billy Wagner from a distance. Then I got to meet Piazza. It was just, it was pretty cool, man.
Now let me ask you something.
Yeah.
How much?
What?
How much?
How much was what?
On
Everything?
everything.
With John Franco, I did meet John Franco.
You don't have to go. I don't need the whole receipt if you don't want. Just total spend. What was the bill?
I'd say at least 300.
Oh, that's significantly less than I thought.
Um,
Mike Piazza, cheap
say-
date. Interesting.
I'd say at least 300. Mike Piazza was definitely expensive.
Of course, he's good.
Like I said, I was supposed to talk to him individually, but he was too busy and flustered. But in total over everything. Oh, and I also took a picture with Charles Woodson, Hall of Fame cornerback.
I know who Charles Woodson is. Maybe our listeners don't.
Joe Montana walked past me. I was like, "Yo, Joe." He didn't. I don't know if he didn't hear me. He just wasn't trying to pay attention.
Did you say go back to Montana?
I should not. I did not say that. But no, it was definitely. It was at least. I spent at least $300. I'm not going to get into more of how much I spent, but that was definitely how much. Like I spent at least more than $300. I'll say that. And I didn't buy any shirts, like merchandise. I probably could have. There's a lot to do. That's why maybe next year I might go maybe Friday and Saturday. I don't know.
It definitely seems way more to do than last year.
It definitely was different. Like they changed where the autographs were. Like they expanded that because that got bigger. Like especially next year, if you want to get an autograph, you got to go to the line way in advance. You got to get there early because it's gonna, sell. Like it's not sell. Like you're gonna wait in line for a long time. So next year, and I remember I was on the train. My friend, like heading home back to Long Island, and my friend Chris was like, "So I'm talking about next year." I'm like, "Dude, we just got out of this year. Like I'm not like, especially me who was like like Fanatics Fest. I was waiting for it. I'm not even worried about like, I'm not even thinking about next year already. I'm thinking about like, just like enjoying the fact that the experience I had. So it was a cool experience. I definitely recommend it. Hopefully next year you can come with me. Hopefully.
I'll think about it. You know what it is? Like if you're not looking to spend money, it's not really worth it. At least last year I didn't think it was. This year it seems like they've expended it quite a bit. But
Yeah.
you know what it is? Like I pay my way through grad school, so it's like I can't afford that.
Yeah. No, you good.
I can't afford $400 just to say to Mike Piazza, "Hey, I think you did a terrific job as the Mets catcher."
Sure, I'm not.
But your Marlins stint was very underrated. He'd be like, "Whoa, you remember the 3 months I was on there for?" I was like, "No, before my time, but I respect it."
I'm not back in grad school yet, so I understand your point. You make a very good point. But no, that was big. But we got to talk real quick before I wrap up the show. Your boy Aaron Rodgers, man, he officially said it will be his last season.
I didn't see that.
Yes, he said on the Pat McAfee show, this season will definitely be his last season, and you won't hear from him. So he definitely won't ever be at Fanatics Fest for sure.
Maybe he will.
I'm surprised Brett Favre doesn't go, which I'm not really looking to get anything from Brett Favre.
Hey Brett, can you send my welfare check?
Yeah. Definitely.
Brett, can you send my EBT card?
But
hey, he defrauded the government, not me.
It's true. I mean, I'm not for defrauding anybody, but
yeah,
I don't know. But what was I gonna say? But no. So, any thoughts on that? Rodgers playing another season?
That makes sense. He was getting the phone calls he thought he was going to be getting, and this is what happens. He's getting up there in age. People don't know what they want. And the other thing with Aaron Rodgers, I always bring it up: the headache, the off the field. It's like I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with a prima donna who's now a post Madonna. He's a little old. He's a little old. In his real life, he's a spring chicken. He's just a kid. He's just a kid, as Phil Leotardo would say. But now, in football, it happens. To pick up croqueting or something. I don't know. Croquet. I was thinking of crocheting, and I said, yeah, I got my words mixed up there. That's okay. That's croquet.
Right. I guess that wraps it up.
Yeah, I think we're both shot. Mets, Yankees, they suck. I just want to throw that out there. They suck.
I'm glad the Mets
as of late,
sucking, but I'm glad that the Mets finally have been picking it up. They split the series with the Braves. That was, to me, I think the best case scenario that could have happened. It's not the best case scenario is Griffin Cannon going down, what it looks like might be an Achilles injury. Maybe it's an ankle sprain. He was walking. I mean, barely, but I mean, did not look good when he twisted his ankle. Did not. Hopefully, it's not an Achilles. Juan Soto obviously looking good as always. Lindor, Alonso, and Soto both lead the NL All-Star. Well, they're runner-ups basically for the Mets.
Yeah.
Lindor, I think, leads all shortstops. Alonso is second, the first baseman, and Soto, I think, is the sixth outfielder.
That makes sense. A lot of good players in the National League now. Did you vote?
I did.
So did I.
Obviously, Pete Crow Armstrong. Yeah, I feel like he's the way he's voted. It's everyone's making him out like he's the best outfielder in the game right now. Can you blame him?
He's been really good. He's been very good. A lot of good young players now. I'm happy. Hopefully, it's sustained success. Because you listen. I remember when every all the next big things that have come and gone over the years, man. I remember a lot of them. Joe Adele from the Angels. Oh, I don't know who still has real estate on Joe Adele Island. I mean, who's still holding out hope on that? But he's playing, he's giving it a go. You see guys that show up and like, whoa, next big thing. Eric Thames. Do you remember 2017 Eric Thames? Bucket getter and a half for Milwaukee for a couple months there. Here's one. I mean, this is less of a flash in the pan. It's literally 1 month. The Yerminator. Yermin Mercedes from the White Sox a couple years ago. After they sent down the Yerminator, everything went south with them. South side. Funny.
But all right, I guess that wraps it up.
Chicago. Yeah, we're folks, if you're watching this after it's been posted, it is 1:00 in the morning.
That's right. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching Sports Shack. Hope everybody has a great day. Happy birthday to me. And let's go Mets. And yes, thank you, everybody, for watching Sports Shack. My name is Brandon Natali, along with Dennis Turi. Hope everybody has